Ten,
10,
nine,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great day of SSL Soccer. My name is Xenlos, and I'm joined today by...
It's TVC!
And we're here for the quarterfinals of the SSL Cup, the second leg in particular, after we had some very close games in the first leg. Sarah, which game are you looking forward to today?
Well, you said we had some very close games. Some is appropriate because not all of them were very close. We did have one a bit of a blowout. And remember, away goals are on, so it's going to come into a factor today. What I'm looking forward to is Sao Paulo versus Tokyo. That's the game which will get second. But we're going to start off here with Catalunya and Hollywood, two teams in the mid-table of Division 1 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Catalunya Hollywood just pulled themselves out of the drop zone yesterday. I believe Catalunya did also win. Yeah, Catalunya had the amazing my voice cracked moment yesterday. As there is the person who did it, Wesley Staines, right there. But we are off and running.
So Catalunya 5, Hollywood 6 at the moment on the table, I believe.
Yeah. No, yes? Maybe. I don't know. I just know Catalunya is up 2-1 on aggregate. That is all I know. Coming into today, as we have Busquets going over to Sherwood. It's going to be headed away by Gerard, picked up by Valor. Over to Nagatoro Maradona, who's going to go back to Gerard, taking up the sideline, trying to get it past Staines, go all the way to the back corner, looking for the cross, but intercepted by Busquets. And now Catalunya on the attack, looking for maybe Maple, but couldn't now pace Levert there. And now Vins going forward to Mojo, rising over to Sherwood. Muller, Maple fires, saved by the Heretic. And now we're officially underway with our first shot with Vins on the corner.
Great call there, Xenlos. Muller, Maple fires.
Yeah. As we have Yarvin was looking for State. Look, it's not my fault if fires is the typical one I use for shooters. Look up, State fires, it's off the pumps.
Well, he might have scored if you yelled shot instead.
He's not getting thrown off by me shouting fire. It's not like I'm in a movie theater. There's another shot and saved. It's Gerard. You have broken me 11 minutes into the first game, Sarah. This is faster than even Val. Gerard on the cross. Gunnarsson dove for it. Taka picked it up and just tapped it in. And it's 1-0 Hollywood, and we're tied.
That is goal number 12 on the year for Tiki Taka. Number 7 in the competition. In the cup, he is now tied for the golden boot of the cup.
Gunnarsson dove for it and couldn't get a grip on it, so Taka just picked it up and tapped it in. I forgot to look up who was leading the golden hamstring race before we started today. That's for sure.
5 kilometers run in the competition,
Yep.
yeah?
It sure is. The
Let
good
me
old
double
golden
check.
hamstring. 25th minute. Corner from Gerard, headed away. As we have Lin Kuai going in, it's going to be blocked by Järvinen. That's going to be another corner to Hollywood. So here's Gerard. Good curve on the corner, but still headed away. And that's going to be clear over the net. Now note that if this game were to end in this position, Hollywood would advance on away goals, because they do have that all-important 1 away goals. Here is Gerard. It's headed away by Juliusson. We haven't really seen a lot of offense from Catalunya yet, as Hollywood seems to be holding on to quite a bit of possession. Here's possible going over the Lin Kuai, but it's intercepted by Rising. And now Catalunya having a little bit of possession themselves, going towards that midfield line, going into the attacking third, picked up by Okocha. Okocha still hugging that sideline, though. As they go over the Sherwood, it's fired by Rising, it's off the post, and then someone's offside! Rising's offside.
Indeed, he is. Okay, well, we're gonna go through the corner before I give you that update.
Yep. Okay. We are through the corner.
Maybe not.
No, wait. Headed back
Okay.
by possible. Oh, okay, now we're through the corner. Our coach is just camping him like a Call of Duty sniper. It's just...
No, the sniper gives you room. This guy's more like the people who run around spawn killing with the BB gun.
Fair.
Now the update. Currently, the only player who is leading right now is Voikimuatu on AC Romana. That they're still in the competition with 15.85 kilometers per 90 minutes.
Good for them. Here is Mojo Rising kicks it. It deflects off, and we're gonna have another corner. Where is the ball? The ball. Okay. Just watch the ball being tossed around the stands like a beach ball, and now that's going to be headed away by Costanza, picked back up by Järvinen, going into Vins, trying to get into the box. Taka with the steal and just kicks it out of bounds. And stop me if you've heard this before. We have a corner. Vins headed away by Lin Kuai. Catalunya, I believe it was them yesterday who had 15 quarters in the first half, and it's just wild how many quarters they can get. Wait, here's Mojo Rising on a good break, but can't find a shot. Possible catches up too quickly. Passes it back to Vins into the box, who goes back forward to Rising. Tries to find Vins again. Intercepted by Gerard. Cleared out. Now take us through the half.
Little too much playing in the box there. Didn't quite get what they wanted and needed. I can confirm that Catalunya have been instructed to be playing for these set pieces, so a high amount of them, not too uncommon given their strategy, and given their ability to hold possession and force their opponents to make these sort of set piece errors. It works out for them.
Yeah. I tend to just focus on the random things. Like, people focus on, like, who's leading Golden Boot races and who's doing this. And I'm like, who's run the farthest? And wow, this team has a lot of corners.
Well, number 5 on the list of running the farthest is actually Liang Kai.
Oh, there you go.
Into this game.
Uh-oh. It appears that I have forgotten to close the door to the commentary booth, and now a rogue dog has wandered their way into the commentary booth. Please behave, rogue dog. Thank you. Okamoto goes over to Järvinen.
So long as there is no DoorDash on the way.
As here is Jarrow going over to Lin Kuai to possible. Back over. As we go over the Lightning. Possible. Lin Kuai. Going all the way to Valor. And now there's just a traffic jam of people. Taka finds their way past the jam. Chips it over Gunnarsson, but it's a little too much of a chip.
I don't think I saw a sub come in, so it looks like we're gonna get. Actually, no. Do we get a sub for Catalunya? I don't recall seeing it.
I don't recall seeing one either. Linquine scores! And it's 2-0 Hollywood.
Must be all that running he's doing.
Oh my god.
And look at that. He just finds a way to get into some open space.
It looks like he tried to make Järvinen guess that he was going to move up for a chip shot, and then just at the last second, he backed up.
Struck it with some venom too.
Okay, so now if you're like me, if you're full sicko like me, penalties are still on the table. As here's Linquine going to tiki-taka, saved by Gunnarsson. His penalties were almost just immediately taken off the table. And here's a corner by Gerard. This is headed away by Brock Sherwood, but picked up by Vidal Valor. Over to Levert Costanza. Now we just have some triangle play happening. Taka fires. It's parried aside by Gunnarsson. Stays inbound. Gunnarsson holds onto it, and then I believe he just walked it out of bounds for a corner. All right. It's fired, saved by Gunnarsson.
So, I've got an interesting statistic for you, Xenlos.
Okay.
Liang Kai just scored his 5th goal of the year, all 5 coming from the cup.
Oh, what a save by Gunnarsson. That's interesting, actually, because we've had, 9 match days so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Gerard's headed away. And now Catalunya's starting to run low on that time if they want to try to send this to extra time. Still 24 minutes, but it's only 24 minutes.
Well, they only need 1 goal, right? So
Right. Here's Gunnarsson holding, going all the way out, looking for Dogwood Maple, finds him. Over to Rising, back over to Maple, to Staines, fires, diving, saved by the Heretic. To keep this a 1-goal game, a 1-goal tie. 1-goal set of matches. It's a 1-goal aggregate lead is what I'm going for. Jarrah back to Levert. Going forward, the Lightning looking for Maradona. Over to Taka, over to Gerard. Up towards that back line. Up. Technical difficulties there for a second. As it's headed away. Picked up by Gerard again. Goes inside. It's need to the keeper. Gunnarsson takes it out. But it's recovered by Hollywood again. And now you have Possible, who has an entire area code to themselves. Kicks it back to Kwai. Kwai intercepted by Järvinen. And now we're less than 20 minutes away.
Hollywood playing really well here. Catalunya doing their best to hold possession. They do so well. They have about 55% of it. Looks like Possible may have picked up a knock there. Twisted his ankle or something. His knee.
Oh, that's the worst. They're going to head it all the way back to Gunnarsson, who's just going to watch it roll to them. We've crossed the 80-minute mark. So, like we said, time is starting to run really short. Because that's going to be cleared out by the Heretic, but picked back up by Catalunya. So we go over to Staines, to Okocha, Okamoto. Sherwood finds Okocha, tripped, no call, got all ball.
That was in between the legs and nothing but ball. I would love to see a replay from a different angle. Oh, Hollywood nearly with their dagger there. Liang Kai doesn't miss those very often.
No, that's going to just be a goal kick, but now we're in the final couple minutes. Catalunya on the free over to Okamoto. It's headed away, picked up by Hollywood. Haven't seen the sign on the board of how much stoppage time we have yet, but we are watching with bated breath for that. As possible, goes over the Lightning to Ling Kwai to Tiki Taka. Taka goes deep to Gerard. Gerard taking it towards that back corner again. But it's intercepted by Sherwood. Goes to Vince Vins. It's going to be given to Mojo Rising, who heel kicks it back to Vince Vins. He has to be careful to not have the ball stolen by Maradona. Sherwood goes deep, looking for Dogwood Maple. Finds him in the box. It's off of Levert. It's going to roll out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick as we cross into the 89th minute. Or the 90th minute. 2 minutes come up on the board. As there's the corner, it's headed away by Levert, picked back up by Staines. Staines goes over to Juliuson to Sherwood. They have to find a way into the box quickly. There's Dogwood Maple, fires, it's wide!
Oh my gosh. You have to think that was it.
Yeah. And here's Okamoto, another chance. Staines tripped in the box. No call.
They're going to say that's a clean tackle.
1 minute left. As they're going back into the box for Staines, looking for the cross in time, and scores by Dogwood Maple.
That has to be it.
And we're tied 3-3 in stoppage time.
No flag goes up because this is a very broken play. And Catalunya finally get what they have been looking for all game.
It looked like he might have been kept on by Costanza. I couldn't quite see it. And we're going to extra time. Here we go. You ready for this, TVC?
No, but we're going to get it anyway.
Oh, man. Extra time, the favorite pastime of everyone who is not a fan of one of the two teams involved in the game.
For those of us who are new to this concept, we get two 15-minute halves followed by a penalty shootout should there be no goal scorers in the 30 minutes, or should the game still be even after those 30 minutes.
Yeah.
There is no golden goal.
All right. We see 5 minutes has already elapsed of this extra time as Järvinen on the throw into Okocha. Järvinen taking it towards that back line, possible nursing that injury. Does it affect anything? As here Staines going, Okamoto, it's fired and saved! No, it wasn't saved by the net.
I think he hit the bar and it kind of took a weird bounce and curled out.
Yeah, because that was a goal kick, so that was definitely off, not the heretic. You see Gerard going over the Valor. Intercepted by Catalunya as they go over the Vins. Going deep, looking for Dogwood Maple. Finds Maple. It's fired. It's offside. That might be why he had such a good run. It was because he was offside. As Vins, it's headed over the bar by the Heretic as we have another corner.
That was a great save there by the Heretic. That was one of the classic attack the near post corner set pieces, and those are so hard to stop.
And here is Gerard barely keeping the ball in bounds as he runs it right across that sideline. Gets it to the back line, goes back to Valor. As we're about to cross into the 105th minute, here's Maradona. That's a big trip. No call here. Ref's just going to let him play today, apparently. As we have Maple going forward to JJ Okocha. Over on the other side, already in the Hollywood box. Looks for a man, finds Maple. It's blocked, picked up by Hollywood. Cleared out, but picked up by Catalunya. Going back in, intercepted. As possible, runs it into the attacking third for Hollywood. Here's Valor. Fires, yoinked out of the air by Gunnarsson. Linkwai standing very, very close by, not allowing a rollout or a short kick. It's going to have to go long. And it does. They find Maple. They find JJ Okocha, who fires. It's saved. We're going to have 1 minute of stoppage time.
In the first half of extra time.
Vins headed away. We're at the halftime of stoppage time.
Breathe. Everyone, Breathe. While I said there is no golden goal, in this extra half of extra time, a goal here sure feels like one.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have one.
Tell everybody to breathe. That's hard for me, Sarah. I'm asthmatic. As we find Tiki Taka, it's going to be intercepted by Busquets, cleared out by Gunnarsson, and our second half of extra time is underway. Throw in from possible over the Lightning, as Staines is going to mark both of them very closely, not allow any wiggle room for a pass to go through as possible. Goes for the cross, and it's going to be blocked by Busquets for a corner. And I expect these 15 minutes to be very fast-paced. Like, I don't care how tired you are, the adrenaline just has to be kicking in at this point. And you find Gerard, what a curve on that shot.
If he had just one more touch, maybe he could have gotten that into the right corner. It sure looked like it had the finesse.
Yeah, that was a beautifully curved shot. That's going to be intercepted by Hollywood. As we go into the 110th minute of this game, Heretic goes deep. And that's going to be taken by Catalunya. Rising, going back to Vins to Sherwood. Back to Vins.
They're going to slow it down.
Vins gets around Gerard. Goes for the cross, blocked off of Gerard, picked back up by Rising, going for a cross to Sherwood, headed over to Okamoto to Järvinen. Järvinen has a little bit of an open shot, but possible closes that up quickly, and Okamoto goes wide. Oh, it's blocked.
Blocked by Spacchiero.
As here's Vins, it's headed over the net. Oh, man, we are not going to get a second to breathe, are we? 10 minutes to go. Maple moving like a man possessed to pick up that goal kick.
Only to turn it over minutes later. No, seconds, I apologize.
Oh! It's another key trip as a coach are going deep for Mojo. Rising fires, it's saved by the Heretic. And we're going to have, say it with me, a Catalunya corner. Here is Vins. On the corner, goes near post, headed away by Costanza, picked up by Busquets, back over to Vins. Going back to Sherwood. Sherwood fires, and that's going down the ramp.
Yep. It just got the wrong touch on that.
Unfortunate.
Maybe got a case of the late game yips.
115th minute, Link Kwai gets past. Very big missed challenge by Järvinen, but Gunnarsson manages to come up with it. 5 minutes to go in extra time. 5 minutes to go before penalties. As now that's going to be taken by Catalunya. Busquets moving forward, gets past midfield over to Staines. That's going to be headed away. Heretic throws themselves on it.
Rather that than let it dribble through, yeah? At this point in the game.
Right? You don't want to make a silly mistake and just have something like that happen. As Okamoto goes forward, JJ Okocha, Heretic's down, Okocha scores! And that's no flag! And Catalunya goes up 4-3 in the 116th minute. Oof.
That's the right challenge from the Heretic. If anything, I think he just went a little far out. But you have to do something like that when you're forced to make a move one-on-one like that.
1 minute of stoppage time. Gerard went for the corner. It's going to be cleared out. So only about 1 minute, only about 45 seconds left in this game. Possible trying to do anything to make this comeback possible, as that's going to be headed away. Hollywood going to pick up possession of it again, though, going to Costanza. Costanza going forward to Gerard, trying to get around Vins. Vins goes to that back line, goes to the cross, overshoots Kwai, picked up by Possible again, who fires it off a man's face, and that's going to be picked up by Catalunya. Catalunya going to bring it forward, intercepted by Lightning. Only about 20 seconds left. Hollywood needs to move. They need to move quickly, and they need to not give up possession like they just did there. As Sherwood brings it over the Staines, they're going to try to run out the rest of this clock. It's going to be picked up by the Heretic. Will the game continue? The Heretic is holding on to the ball for a long time, and the whistle's been blown. And Catalunya holds on and wins 4-3 in extra time.
Wow. What an incredible game.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to talk about the formations this match. We didn't have time to.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. This is just how action-packed this game was. It's holy smokes. Well, Catalunya make it through. Kudos to them. I believe they were. Let me see. At one time, they certainly won the cup. Yeah.
Catalunya?
Yeah, they won the cup a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
My apologies. And they won the cup earlier in our league's history. I think year 3 or 4, something there. Anyways, so they're not unfamiliar to this competition. Hollywood as well are on a bit of a rebuild this year. Right? They haven't done so well this year in the league, and a lot of the faces we're used to seeing in that Hollywood jersey aren't there anymore.
Right.
Actually, a lot of them are in a Reykjavik jersey, a team we'll see coming up later as they take on Buenos Aires. But next up is my highlight match of the day. It's Tokyo taking on Sao Paulo.
Yeah, that was a 4-3-3 it looked like, and that's a 4-3-1-2. Tokyo currently up 2-1 on aggregate over Sao Paulo. So give me a second. I'm going to go close the door to the commentary booth so we do not have any more rogue dogs wander in.
Oh, I like road dogs, though. That's all right. Well, Funyuns now with the cross, but Nessie able to cut it out. Nessie is a focal point in the Tokyo attack. I don't think she has too many assists in this competition. No, she does not.
44. A shot, but saved.
Speaking of players with not too much in this competition either, 044 has 6 goals in this competition. That is tied for second.
As we have Anshaw going forward to 0-44, who fires, and he's offside.
Yeah, I was going to say he looked a little off.
Not to me.
Sky Rise, though, also tied for second with 6 goals in this competition. So we'll see who can get one to break the water.
As you see Funyuns with the crosshair. Remember, Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL, hashtag not sponsored. As we go over to Rise, to Asagi, to Guerra. Guerra to the back line to Nessie. Nessie fires Soderberg, and that's just going to be cleared out. I swear, if someone goes out at some point and buys Funyuns specifically because of the hashtag not sponsored bit, I would be so happy. For no reason.
I considered it, but I don't think they have Funyuns in Canada.
I don't even like Funyuns. I don't like onions. Here's 44. Blocked by Versetti. I like Funyuns the player, but let me rephrase that. I don't like Funyuns the food. As here's Biscuit over the Newman, blocked, and that's going to be blocked again. There's just a mess of people all standing right in front of the goal. Like a line of people trying to get into the New York City subway system. And it's being about as productive as the New York City subway system as that's cleared into row H.
Let me actually check if either of these teams have been instructed to park the bus. I don't believe so.
As we see Visser on the throw-in, 32nd minute. As it's going to be boomed out. Picked up by Sao Paulo as Newman goes over to Anshaw. Anshaw takes it up the sideline. Going to that back line. That's going to be headed away. Picked up by Nessie. Nessie goes deep, looking out for Kaido. But intercepted, picked up by 0-44. Big block by Rupp. to keep this leg 0-0.
Interestingly enough, both teams are being instructed to approach the game in a more aggressive manner. Well, somehow having the more luck of the two, obviously.
I thought you were going to say both teams were instructed to park the bus, and I was just going to be like, all right. Here's Nessie. As that's headed over the net. As we essentially just go from one keeper to another, we almost did it again. England goes back to Lexington, forward to Funyuns, forward to 44, over to Newman. Newman, good challenge by Touchette, picked up by Tokyo. As Kaido goes over to Soderberg, goes back to Rube, and that's going to be picked up by Nessie. Nessie taking it across midfield, going to Guerra, trying to just trick their way past the Bremovic, and it actually kind of works. As they go back to Nessie, who has room to themselves again, trying to get around Anshaw, goes for the long cross for Rise, and it's headed but picked out by Yannick Anderson. All right. And that's going to be headed out. And that's the end of the first half. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize we were that close to the end of the first half. Ooh. 0-0 on the day. Still 2-1 Tokyo on aggregate.
It feels like no time has passed, and yet it feels like the entire match has passed in the same sequence. It's been a very dry start to our second game, and once again I've gone ahead and commentator cursed the commentator choice of match of the day.
God.
You know, it could very well possibly be that I just like boring games.
So you have Asagi going over the Kaido. Is that's going to be cleared out? No, see, I'm the opposite. Give me the 5-4s. Like, don't give me blowouts. Don't give me Germany v Brazil. Give me like a 5-4, and that is like the ideal game for me.
What did the German fans do to you, Xenlos?
Oh, big trip by Newman. Big man. Look, I'm part German, all right?
I'm sorry for my German fans catching strays.
I remember my soccer history. Did Germany not win that match? Here's Soderberg. Oh, big challenge by Versailles. Another great. We're seeing a lot of good curves on shots today.
Yeah, a lot of technique coming out in the competition. Obviously, the cup is a little less competitive. No, I don't want to say competitive. For some teams, a little less important than the league.
Right. Oh, here's zone 44, sneaks it past, and that's 1-0.
Stop that.
We are not the same, Sarah. I know I referenced it in yesterday's cast too, but we are not the same. Every time! Nessie on the throw in the Guerra. Taken by Ibrahimovic over to Newman. Newman goes deep. Misses everybody. Like, everybody went for the header and everyone missed it. It's going to be picked up by Funyuns over to Ramirez. 44, it's fired by Newman. And 44's offside again. Oh my God. Here's England. To Newman, the 44. It's intercepted by Nessie over to Guerra. Guerra back to Nessie again. Touchette. We play a little bit more triangle passing here. Picked up by Soderberg. Over to Kaido, to Isagi. As that's going to go in for Guerra into the box. Goes for the cross to Rise. And misses wildly, is the only word I could describe that shot with.
Now, important reminder as we're now 65 minutes through. Sao Paulo are down.
As we're now 65 minutes through, and I just watch that shot go off, and we just both stop.
Listen, I was watching with bated breath.
Ibrahimovic over the Funyuns. To Mayhem, it's fired, it's saved. Yeah, Sao Paulo needs 2 to win this game. Or to win the tie.
Yes, because Tokyo have 2 away goals.
Yeah. So they need to get something going. Funyuns just kind of pops it up like a baseball can of corn.
And that is Rube calling the infield fly.
Oh, Shinji Kaido! What a shot! Sneaks it in out of nowhere in the 75th minute to make it 1-0 Tokyo.
Oh, and you said it earlier, curls. Curls! What a curl!
Ooh, barely onside too.
Shame we don't see the shot a little closer than that, but great goal for Kaido. I think that's his second on the year for him.
As they go back to Lexington, well, now they really need 2 goals, but this time 2 goals forces extra time instead of giving them a win.
So I'd love to see them get 2 goals.
As here's Skyrise, who runs past everybody, and now they're going to need 3. As Skyrise puts it in and makes it 2-0, 4-1 on aggregate.
7 in the cup for him. Kaido, that was his 2nd in the cup, 3rd overall. Rise with that is 12 overall for him, and 4 in aggregate for Tokyo. That is kind of the dagger, and I apologize to Sao Paulo. I did indeed curse you. I said I wanted to see 2 goals from a team this match. I didn't really specify which one. I'm sorry.
Good job, Sarah. I like how I am just throwing you under the bus. That is not being parked by either team. It is moving. As Biscuit fires, it's saved by Rube. Here's Asagi. It's headed by Squaw Versetti, and there's the 2nd goal you were looking for when you said, I want 2 more goals. It's 3-0 Tokyo.
Yeah, there's not a ton you can do about this. It's just that's a center back on the far post, and that's your fullback, who's 5'6" maybe. Actually, let me check.
As we have Enklin. Go over to Anshaw, back to Enklin, who goes way back to Anderson, who is way out of goal when Skyrise is right there. We have Newman going forward to 44, chips in and scores! I don't see a flag. No, wait, no, there's a flag! Son of a gun!
Let me apologize to Matthew Mayhem real quick. He's the 6'1" right back for Sao Paulo. Previously said to be 5'6".
That's going to go deep for Coffee Biscuit. Coffee Biscuit fires. Coffee Biscuit scores. Will this one count?
It will. He's outside.
Oh my God! It's 31, 5-2 on aggregate. I don't get paid enough for this.
You know what was different about this player?
It wasn't 0-44.
Yes!
0-44 doing his best Jerry impression out there today.
No. Oh no, Jerry doesn't go 0-44 impression.
That's going to be a throw, and this game's going to be over just about any second. Never mind. We're not even going to do the throw in. The game is over. Tokyo wins 3-1, advances on aggregate 5-2. And oh heavens, what a game!
Now on the score sheet, it doesn't look like a very even game, but on the stats board, it actually pretty well was. Sao Paulo just a little hard done by today. Obviously, that set piece goal, not a ton you can do. That just happens from time to time. And then they had 2 offside goals in 44, which at times can be unlucky, but this time looked a little bit obvious.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
On a different day, it might be a different result, but I think overall the aggregate score is pretty fair on Move Tokyo, and good night, sweet presents to to Own 44. That'll be at the end of his competition and his chance at the Golden Boot for the cup.
As we now move to our third game of the day, we have Reykjavik versus Buenos Aires.
Now, Buenos Aires defending cup holders. They are also holding a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, which sounds impressive until you realize that's still only 2 goals.
Now,
But-
also that Reykjavik have 2 away goals.
Indeed. Yes, they do. So. Oh, boy. And remember, Buenos Aires, actually, for those who watched, who saw the group stage, Buenos Aires almost didn't even make it to these quarterfinals. They got saved on a very, very big, like, last-minute goal that made me absolutely lose my mind. As you see Reykjavik coming out in a 4-1-4-1. In a
Buenos Aires. That popular 4-3-1-2 that we're seeing. Third time we've seen it today.
And we are off. And, I don't think I've mentioned... Oh, God, there's a steal by Vandersloot. Going early, going for that shot. Nope, stolen back. I don't think I've mentioned this season yet how much I love the Reykjavik kits. And so I'm mentioning it now. That's off the bar, and then it's in by Paul Penshaw. And in less than a minute, we already have a 1-0 lead for Buenos Aires.
A weird sort of bounce, and that lead grows for Buenos Aires. 3 goalies needed from Reykjavik now.
Yeah, Sterling tries to jump. Sterling just kind of fell over there at the very end. We're going to see a tight offset. What do you even do with that information? Yes, those lines are close, but like, what do you even do with that?
I think everyone challenges on the set pieces that everybody's offside because at some point in time they are. By the time of the set piece that's taken, they weren't.
Here's Jeeves. Remember, Ask Jeeves, the official search engine of the SSL. Why deal with Google when you can talk to an old man named Jeeves for all the information you could need? As it is kicked back by Jeeves to Gorkov. Going back in. As Buenos Aires is actually pushing really hard in, and now they had to just kind of back all the way up to the midfield line. Now they're just back in, and it's headed and saved by Sterling. Gorkov on the corner. Good curve on that shot. Oh boy, as we have Viore going over to Letizier, to Andrews, back to Letizier. As Gorkov marks very closely, they find it. Karate Kid kick out of there by Guevara. Good challenge by Knight. A lot is happening. So much so that that's a penalty. You can't do that in the box.
Vandersloot, buddy.
As here is the penalty to be taken by Casual here in the 12th minute. Casual lines up. Oakdown is ready. Casual fires. Oakdown doesn't even move, and he scores.
Oakdown wasn't ready.
We thought he was ready. It turns out he was not.
You see, he motions to the ref to ask for a moment, and Casual just says, nah.
You think he was going to Palenka it? All right, here's Casual coming down the way. Fires again. This time Oakdown is ready for Casual. And makes the block as here is Joker on the corner. Headed away by Broxpatron.
Reykjavik have 1 of 3 now.
By the way, I don't know if anyone has known. We're only 13 minutes into this game.
Which means we're in for a thriller.
Yeah. As here's Jeeves coming down the line. Going back to Penshaw. Penshaw to Broxpatron. Fire joinked out of the air by Scott Sterling.
I mean, it was joinked out of the top corner of his net because I was going in otherwise.
Yeah, that was Scott Sterling showing off his inner Dikembe Mutombo and just. I know that's a different sport, but just stay with the reference here. That's going to be a goal kick. Sterling booms it out, looking for Ricky Bobby, who ends up finding Casual, who fires, but it's just too narrow.
Had a good curl on it.
Yeah. I feel like if we subtitled today's cast, it would be Cup Quarterfinal Leg 2, had a good curl on it.
Shot curling action.
Wanted Soccer Edition. As here is Amo Tali. God, am I the only one who remembers the movie Wanted? What a weird, hyped up movie that was when it came out, and then, I never heard of it again. As here is Penshaw over to Jeeves.
I think it's a cult classic, no?
Is it? No. I saw it in movie theaters when it came out, and then I can count on one hand the amount of times I've heard it referenced since then. As here is Tali going over to Jeeves. Jeeves taking it towards the box, and that's going to be kicked in by Franco Torres. And it's 2-1 Buenos Aires. And that mountain is now back for Reykjavik.
Yeah, they lead. Buenos Aires lead 3-6 at this point.
But hear me out, Sarah. Penalties are still on the table.
Yes. Are they?
They are.
No, because at this point, Buenos Aires have 2 away goals, right?
Yeah, Reykjavik had 2 away goals.
Reykjavik do have 2 away goals.
Yeah, this was the weird 4-2 game, unlike the 2-1 game that every other game the first leg was.
You're right. I apologize. So now we're rooting for 3 Reykjavik goals in a row, right?
Right. 3 unanswered Reykjavik goals. That's 1 by Ricky Bobby. And it's 2-2, 6-4 on aggregate.
And we receive 1/3, perhaps.
Gorkov went for the good challenge, made contact with the ball, but couldn't get it that out of the way. But, all right. This here is Joker, and that's off the post, headed back. But picked up by Oakdown. All right.
Pretty frustrating the action.
Right. Ricky Bobby fires. It's off of Oakdown. We're not even 30 minutes in.
He's offside.
As that's going to be headed by Bobby. No. Oakdown goes deep. Was looking for somebody, but found nobody except for a Reykjavik player. Picked up by Lopta. Lopta goes to Rashford and almost goes in off of Gorkov, but then goes out of bounds. And that's going to be a corner kick. Taken by DD Joker. Headed by Lopta. No. So they find Ladiver over to Joker again. Joker goes for the cross. It's headed away. As here is Penshaw. Just a little bit of a traffic jam there. Picked up by Andrews after the interception. As they look for Ricky Bobby, who's past everybody. Bobby fires! It's saved by Oakdown. What a good save by Oakdown there. As here is Yoker. It's headed away. Picked up by Torres. Going over to Tali. Penshaw towards the back. Goes for the cross. Looking for Brooks Patron. No. As it is cleared out. Now Sterling. Okay. Andrews. Back to Letitia. Letitia back to Andrews. We're going back and forth. 36th minute. As it's going to go out to Lopta. Lopta forward to Yoker. Yoker picks it up. Tries to get past, but Knight catches up. They go for the cross, and it's into the crowd. And now finally, we slow down.
And the rain starts to fall.
And it's raining. And that's Ricky Bobby! And it's 3-2 Reykjavik and 6-5 on aggregate.
We're one goal away from chaos with more than a half of the game to play.
We are one goal away from the promised land.
Is this really gonna happen? Xenlos, is this really gonna happen? Well,
Can we get 2 extra time games?
we have the entirety of halftime to figure this out.
Yes, here's Yore going over to Bobby. Over to Andrews. Oops. As that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Penshaw going deep for Amo Tali. Amo Tali into the box. Fires! No, wide. And now we are at the half. It is 3-2 Reykjavik in the game, but 6-5 Buenos Aires on aggregate.
Okay, take a short breath because when we come back, we're gonna talk about all the possibilities. Yeah.
Okay. Let me take a drink. Okay. Possibility. Reykjavik scores 1, and the game that was 3-2 in the first 45 minutes does not see another goal for the entire rest of the game after that. And we go to extra time. Possibility 2. Buenos Aires just scores a goal and everything is just out the window, gone. Possibility 3. Absolutely nothing happens in the second half.
I agree to all those possibilities. And possibility number 4 is that Hollywood score 1 too many, as in 2, and we're all very sad, except for Hollywood fans, of course.
Reykjavik fans. Reykjavik.
Reykjavik fans. Apologies.
At first, I thought you were making a joke, and you said it twice, and I'm like, wait, no.
I would think a lot of Hollywood fans would follow a lot of these players over in spirit and support them, except when they play each other, of course.
Ooh, good slide by Brooks Patron. Let's break it up. Excuse me. All right, Andrews going back to Hall, finds Yoker, who's wide open on the flank. Rashford fires, and we're tied! It's 6-6 on aggregate.
And I will say it now, I forbade all teams from scoring any further this match.
There will be no more scoring.
As a member of the I forgot how many things I'm a part of, but as a member of things, I forbade the match from having any more scoring in it.
As a member of the Society of Chaos, there will be no more scoring. As here is Jeeves over to Penshaw. Penshaw back to Brooks Patron. It's cleared out. We are the worst, Sarah, about not having rooting interest. Granted, we're not rooting for any particular team. We're just rooting for bonus soccer.
I have said it many, many times, and I will.
Rashford, you didn't listen! As he puts Reykjavik up 7-6.
Oh no! I've always said I'm an agent and proponent of chaos, but unfortunately, Miko Rashford is oftentimes a counterbalance to that, and just straight delivers.
As there's a long throw. Okay, so now, here we are again in situation 4. So what happens now? If Buenos Aires scores, they advance off of away goals. So they only need 1 to stay, to keep going. Oh, it's off the post! Oh, but he's offside. So 1 goal gives them the win. They don't need 2. Here's Andrews back to Letitia. Going for the cross. No, headed away. Good back heel pass by Torres off the long ball. Here's Jeeves looking for Penshaw, intercepted by Scarpetta. Over to Letitia. Scott Sterling booms it out. As we're going over to Miko Rashford. Miko Rashford fires, chips the keeper. It's off the post! And Katarina just clears it out entirely.
And that could have been the dagger for Reykjavik there.
Now they're still going to have to play defense. Missed header. Over on their side, they go back to Lapta. They're going to go all the way back to Sterling. Scarpetta goes back to Letitia. Over to Andrews, trying to get around Jeeves. Jeeves makes the steal. Goes over to Bruxpatron. Finds Torres. Torres fires! He's just wide! And that's the go-ahead goal if that's just a little smidge more narrow.
Only time will tell whether or not Buenos Aires will rue that opportunity, or if it's just going to be another one that goes down on the tactics sheet. Stat sheet, I apologize.
I would imagine it goes on the tactics sheet too. Tactic, don't miss this one. As we go over the Penshaw, Torres, no! Tolly, no! It's saved and blocked by a whole bunch of people. We're going to have a corner, 77th minute, to be taken by Gorkov. Gorkov goes far post, and it's headed away by Ladiver. All right, here is Lapta over to Rashford. Rashford going for the cross. Tali to Gorkov. To Torres. Across the line, 80th minute. Looking for Vandersloot, who's been rather quiet this game, and that's Tali firing. Saved by Sterling.
Other poor shot selection from Ammo Tali there. We've seen them score some really good goals, and unfortunately that wasn't a good shot.
Henry Andrews, it's over the net.
Tried to chip him, tried a little too hard, and it goes over.
By the way, I was talking even earlier about what kind of soccer I like. 7-6 on aggregate, give it to me. Just love it. It's the best. All right, here is Amo Tali, 88th minute now. Time running out on our defending champions to get this goal in. Here's Tali going for the cross. It's tipped by Sterling, kept in bounds. Couldn't be recovered by Buenos Aires, and they're going forward to Andrews. Andrews to Paulo.
That was Bobby.
Off. Yeah, that threw me off so badly. Like, I thought I misread the name for a second. And it's just... Okay. Joker over to Lapta. As we go over to Rashford again into the box, blocked. We're going to have 2 minutes of stoppage time. We had all these goals. We have 2 minutes of stoppage time. 2 minutes for Buenos Aires to make something happen, to save their cup run, as that's going to be saved and cleared out by Vandersloot, picked up by Torres. Torres fighting with Joker for the ball. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Buenos Aires. Final 20 seconds. Throw-in from Knight in the Reykjavik zone, and it's just cleared out of Katarina. Needs to work quickly if they're going to stay in this game. Keep the clock moving. You can't pass backwards. You got to pass forward. You got to be moving. Vandersloot goes forward and saved by Sterling. And that's the final whistle. And Reykjavik win a 5-2 affair to advance 7-6 on aggregate.
They did what they needed to do today, and certainly gave the home fans a match to remember.
My goodness.
Now, Buenos Aires fans, this is the forevermore in your history. This is where your fans will forever say, "But can you do it on a rainy night in Reykjavik?"
Wow. As we go to our final game of the day, AC Romana versus AS Paris. Romana currently leads the aggregate 2-1. With their one. Oh, no. Paris has the one away goal. So, all right. So where do we go from here after that game? Because that was...
Okay, well, AS Perry are the Division 2 side, the only Division 2 side left in the competition. AC Romana are in Division 1, but are currently, I believe, in that relegation battle.
Yes.
Yep, currently in 7th place. And it should be a tight game. Currently, Romana lead 2-1. They are away today, though. They are home. So AS Perry only really need to score one here to put the pressure onto AC Romana.
As we are underway.
2 for Perry and 1 for Romana get us to the promised land. We'll see if that does happen. Papadopoulos loves himself a World Cup goals.
Alrighty. As here is Jeremiah on the corner. That's off the crossbar. Almost a goal for Romana here early.
Leonidas Papadopoulos currently averaging 2 goals a D2 match right now. 18 goals in 9 games so far this season.
As here is Brisky on the corner. And that's going to be headed away by Smart, picked up by Snooks over the Washburn. Snooks back to Zanetti, who's going to go all the way. Barfoot is way out of goal. Please. Did not come that far out of goal. As here is Washburn again. Back to Black. Over the ball. Papadopoulos with the karate kick. Crane kick. But
is he offside?
Was he?
He missed. It wasn't quite important. I thought he was offside, but he missed anyway, so.
I always get fascinated whenever we have like the karate kick, crane kick happen. Like it's so nice. Here is fall on the floor over to Jeremiah. To Levert. Schweinsteiger saved by Barflick. Good turning aside of that ball. It's unlike the last game, we're already in the 26th. It's going to be picked up by Kamo Atu, who I believe you said is currently the leader of the Golden Hamstring Award.
A team that does remain in the competition, yes.
Yeah. Is Levert going towards that back line, just kicks it off of Washburn. Schweinsteiger back to Levert over to the floor. And Vier, the floor fires. It's off of somebody. I didn't quite see who that hit off of. But here is Zanetti on the throw in to Washburn. 31st minute. Black was looking for Bull, but it's intercepted by Anavier and then just kind of blocked and over the net. And that's going to be another corner.
He spun and shot, but defender got to him.
It's going to be headed away, picked up by Anavier. Anavier going over. Finds Kemalatu, finds Anavier again. Blocked by Blisky and Horvath, though, but they find Nunez! And that goes down the tunnel. As we now see Jeremiah on the corner, it's headed away, picked up by Kimo Atu. Nope, that's all we're going to get to see for the moment. And we have another corner for Romana. Jeremiah, it's headed, it's saved, it's shot again, cleared out, picked up by Papadopoulos, trying to get around the floor. Good slide to give Romana a chance to reset their defense on the throw-in to Horvat, to Alistair. Alistair, no. It was blocked and then headed away by Nunez. 39th minute as we're crossing into the 40th. Here is Nunez going across midfield. Being stood in front of by Cortez. They go over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah Levert blocked by Barfoot. And now we have a throw-in from Brisky. The action never stops here. Going over to Cortez. Cortez with the cross, but just kicked out by Powdered Toast Man. And we have another corner. Again to be taken by Brisky. Brisky finds Heather Ball, and that's scored. And AC Paris up 1-0. It's tied 2-2 on aggregate, but Paris has that away goal. So they are effectively leading.
Now I do just want to correct AS Paris. You said AC Paris.
I apologize.
It's not egregious. I think it's really funny. But I would feel bad if I went the rest of the cast without telling you.
Yeah.
Because I would want to know.
Have I said it? Oh, Papadopoulos!
We're 1 goal away from the 1-0
AS Paris! I was sitting there like, have I said AC Paris that many times? And they all of a sudden popped up with, that's a really unfortunate miss kick by Kerrigan. And we talked earlier about when Scott Sterling just threw himself on the ball, and you had pointed out that, you know, sometimes you got to take no chances and just throw yourself on the ball like that. And that's why.
Yeah, I didn't think we get a live example of why exactly that's taught from a lot of goalkeeping coaches, but yeah, sometimes your sweeper keeper should be sweeping with their hands and not their feet.
As we've hit the half, and after 40 minutes of nothing, all of a sudden, AS Paris puts up 2 in the final 5 minutes of the half to go up 2-0, 3-2 on aggregate with away goal advantage presently.
Listen, Xenlos, I understand. It's the middle of summer. We want everything to begin with AC. If Val were here, she would absolutely kill me for that one. But good thing 2 people to a cast, right?
Right. As here's Tyson Nunez coming in for fall on the floor. So we will have both the Nunez on the field. As we are off and running here in the second half, as here is Schweinsteiger into the box already 15 seconds in. Goes back for Tyson Nunez as they're going to clear it across, but no.
Romana need to find more opportunities to get shots on net. They're getting shots, just not high quality ones.
As here's Kim too. Running it back. Can't get around Washburn. Has to go back to Nunez instead. Now Nunez will run for that back line. Goes for the cross to out of the air. Snatched out of the air by Barfoot.
And that's Tyson Nunez making that immediate impact.
Here's Jeremiah. Going into Kimoatu. Into the box. Over to Matthew. Over to Jeremiah again. Schweinsteiger fires. Ooh, diving save by Barfoot.
Now, as a reminder, we only need 1 goal from AC Romana to reach the dreamland goal.
This is true, as Levert went for it, but couldn't get it.
Levert, 7 goals in the competition. Was leading the Golden Boot competition coming into this match. He's no longer, I don't believe.
As we see play still coming out here, Washburn Going to Zanetti, but no. Horvat, we're just playing very slow soccer right now. Trying to slow the tempo down, not tempo. As Papadopoulos puts it in!
And build him a temple. That's Leonidas Papadopoulos. 21 goals this season.
And it is 4-2 Paris, which means no more chance at the promised land today. This game will be decided in the 90. And speaking of the 90, we're already in the 70th.
Yeah, and that puts a lot of pressure onto AC Romana, who haven't looked the greatest this match.
Mm-hmm.
They need to score 2 now, right?
Yes. Yeah, 2 would put them up because they would then be leading on away goals because Paris only has the 1, as that's going to be fallen on by Kerrigan. All right. 79th minute, Kerrigan. Think about where they want to distribute to. Distribute to Smart. So you go back to Schweinsteiger to Nunez. To Levert. Back to Schweinsteiger again. Jeremiah to Matthew. To Powdered Toast Man. And they're going backwards. And yes, Saka, I know it's repositioning, but still, you have to go forwards. Forwards. There you go. As here's Nunez looking for Levert. It's headed way just a bit outside.
Forward in the wrong direction there.
Yeah. And time quickly running out on AC Romano's cup run, unfortunately. As we are in the 89th minute. Paris just has to waste some time here, and they will be all good to go.
At this point, do we call them Cup Goliaths?
Maybe. I mean, they went to the final last year, and now they're on their, more than likely, barring something crazy, they're on their way to the semifinal this year. As that's going to be a goal kick from Kerrigan. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. Smart goes over to Toastman. And Kerrigan booms it out all the way to the other side of the field looking for Levert, but it's going to be taken by Paris. Over to Alistair. And intercepted by Romana to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger looking for Levert, but intercepted again by Snooks. And that is full-time. AS Paris wins 3-0 to win 4-2 on aggregate to go to the semifinals.
Yeah, congratulations, AS Paris. They won 3-0, so deserved victory from them, obviously. On the score sheet, on the stat sheet, a little more even keeled than the scoreline would indicate. AC Romana will be a little bit hard, or feel hard, a little hard done by to not have a little more clinicalness to their offense, a little more bite to their attack.
Right.
And
as you see, there are the results of our Cup Day today.
Catalunya on through, Tokyo on through, and Reykjavik on through,
and Paris on through. So we should be knowing the semifinal draw soon-ish. But that was still a wild, wild match day.
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of breath.
Yeah. Like, I want to say more here in the end, but I feel like so much happened that I don't know what to say. So
I think we've said what needs to be said.
Yep.
On to the semifinals.
Indeed. So if you joined us for the 4 games today, thank you for hanging out with us for 4.5 games, because we had the 1 extra time game. So thank you for hanging out with us, and I hope you had a good time. We had some good laughs along the way, and we hope that you also had some good laughs. And until next time, I have been Xenlos.
I'm TVC.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.
Good night.